Alright, so this video is going to be showing a walkthrough for using Play Stores yourself. I do want to go over something else I noticed last night. So last night I tried making this video and I was going to use this ship as a build video for the walkthrough. But I ended up finding out that I couldn't build this ship because it's over 80 meters long. And the mods that change that are broken. So let me go ahead and show you what the settings are that I'm talking about. So go ahead and open up Xedit, SF1 edit, port, and loading. So I believe it should be in game settings. All right, so you see I have it set for ship builder max size X 100, 100, and 80 for the height. 100 width, 100 length, and 80 height. That's what I have it set for. And it's coming from Starfield.esm. It's supposed to be upgrading from 80 to 100, from 80 to 100, and from 40 to 80. That's what it's supposed to be doing. Oh, that's broken. So if I load the game, and this is something new because I've used this before. I've built this ship in the past and it worked. And a lot of mods use this. In fact, TN's Class M and Starborn Guardian buildable mod, it modifies those settings. And it's broken there. So if I open up console and I do, what is it? Get game settings, F spaceship builder max size Z. You'll see it's set to Z. But if I do X, not found. If I do Y, not found. So, for some reason in this build of the game, the current version of the game, the X and Y cannot be changed. Broken. Why is it broken? I don't know. It's in the Starfield ESM. I've even tried loading the game without any mods, and it still comes up as not found. I can show that as well, so let's go ahead and kill the game. And this time I'm going to go ahead and just launch the game. So I'm using MO2. So MO2 uses a virtual file system. So if I open up the virtual file system, it's taken all the mods from my installed database, my installed directory, and copying them over in a virtual file system. So you see they all show up there. Here's all the different archives and ESMs, and they're in my game Starfield data. But if I go to my games Starfield data to personal my game Starfield data, there's nothing in here. That's because I'm using MO2. So there are no mods. And if I go to the main game directory, games, Steam, common apps, Starfield, and data, this is just the base game. There's no mods in here. If I launch the game from here, there's no mods. No SFSE, no extra ESMs, no nothing. It's just the base game. See, when the game loads, it doesn't even have the main menu. That's the default startup, logo, the default Starfield menu. So, if I do the same thing here, Y, not found, X, not found, Z is now 40 because I have none of my mods loaded. If I go into creation, So for some reason, those two settings are broken in this version of Starfield. They were working before. Let's see, nothing in my load order. So there we go. So I was going to try building this ship in this walkthrough, but I can't. Because the ship is like 95 meters long or something. 90 meters long. More than the 80, I forget exactly. So let's go ahead and close all this out. Go back to Starfield, launch Starfield. I was gonna try to build. I had it all built up last night, but at the end of it, I went to start clearing all the errors and realized that it was showing that it was too big. And it was because that setting is broken. Again, going here, X. I think I might have just froze the game by doing. Okay, there. X is not found. D is 80. Y. Y is not found. X and Y are not found. Z is found. So that setting is broken. All right. Anyway, so if anybody's worried having problems with TN's Starborn Guardian modding mod, that's why he has that same setting. I think he has it set to 1024 by 1024. Be able to build massive ships, and it's just not working. It's not going to be working. Those two settings, for whatever reason, are loading. So Bethesda Game Studios at it again, putting more bugs in the game instead of fixing them. Here we are, like almost 9 months in, and this game is so broken it's not funny. You release paid mods, and the mods don't even work right. I'm getting so many complaints that mods aren't working right, and it's not the mods aren't working right, it's the game. Like now, this is happening when game just crashed. Let's try disabling a bunch of stuff. There. Stuff. That fixed that. That there, yes. Right. Down to 87. How about Rosie fix? That's not needed. I think the game goal is needed. I think that should be enough. Let's try it now. Game is so broke. But anyway, so if you're having problems with mods not working, I'm sorry. It's not the mod author's problem. It's Bethesda's problem. They need to fix their game. It don't matter. It's not mod conflict. I have patches to handle all the conflict. It's the game itself. I don't think even the new game might be working now because I fixed something. That goes. I don't have all my mods enabled right now, so new game will probably. But if I enabled all my mods, damn mind. Having problems with your mods, blame Bethesda. They released the creation kit. They released paid mods with the game being broken. They should have never released it without fixing that. This has been broken since back in November at least.
We're asking, it needs some work done?
Anyway,
Okay, no problem.
so which ship do I want? This one. Alright, delete everything. Alright, so the main thing to remember is anywhere a door or a hole plug should be removed, you need to put a door or a hole plug. So you need to put the stuff where you want it. So in this case, let's take a hab. And let's start off with, alright, so first floor, let's do a 3x1 engineering. So then we're gonna have a bay on front of that. The bay does not need a door. Now I want the bay that opens the ground level, so I need this one. So your bay will go into there. Right? And let's put a docker here just to make it an easy thing. Alright, docker. Slim docker. Again, no door needed for the slim docker. Alright, there we go. So first floor is good. And now we're going to go up to the second floor. So let's put our ladder in above the docker. So under habs, door, ladder. So now that creates our ladder going to the second floor. Anytime you're going from hab to hab, you need to place something. Or if you're putting like a window or a porthole or whatever. If you're putting a porthole, you need to place something there as well. So say I want a window here. I would place G, and I can either do the sliding door like for your closet. That's what this stands for. I can do a door, I can do a passageway. Now if you're doing doors, you have to make sure you choose the right one. So from what I understood from the Lindsay's video is if you're doing a porthole, you want to use the opposite side's door. So if I want to put one of these jalousies here, this is the port side, so I want to use the starboard side one. And then I would put the structural piece on top of that, like so. So have the door or the hole, and then the porthole. So in this case, I'm not going to put anything there. Let's go ahead and let's start with our habs on the second floor. And let's go ahead and put a 2x2, wrong one, 2x2 brig. Okay. I want the brig to be there, right? So we're coming up, we have the ladder will come up inside that little room in the brig. There's a room right here in the brig. The door facing that way into the brig. Then I'm going to put a door here and a door here. And then I'm going to put my armory, 2x1 armory, there. And then let's go ahead and put like a 2x1 control room here, control station. And then we could put a cockpit. What kind of cockpit do we want? Let's keep it all under the same manufacturer. There we go. There's our cockpit. As you notice, cockpit does not have a door. It doesn't need one. The cockpit will create the door. The bay will create the door. So you don't need to create one for those. Alright. Now, no, I do have overlap turned up. So you're not going to be able to do this on on Xbox, because you can't do the overlap setting, which is CFG what is that, mods, modding, Starfield mods, and then under settings, SFSE console. The tolerance overlay copy minimum. Who think I can game setting there? Maybe I don't need. That's true. Maybe that was only for the command console. Right now I'm at -5. By default, I believe it's -0.25. So you can't do these overlaps like this unless you do those things where you flip it and cancel. Like what's his name? What's that guy? Grease Monkey 663. He has a couple of videos where he shows that you do this flip thing and you can get the modules to stay in place even when they're red. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it on Xbox. But on PC, you can change this setting, the game any setting. You can either put this in a bat file or a CCR. This has to be run. I think this has to be run every time you run the game. I haven't found any way to put this in the ESM, so this is the only way to do it. Is you need to have it in a bat file and have that bat file automatically ran every time the game is run, or have console command runner and put it in a Tomy file. And I believe it has to be ran every single time in order for it to work. Alright. But anyway, back to where we were. So let's go ahead and put another ladder here. Again, if you don't place the ladders or doors, nothing's going to show up there. So if I put another floor on top of this and I didn't place the ladder, you can't get to that next floor. I like to keep all my ladders in one place. I mean, the other option is, I don't believe he has multiple floor ladders as well. Where is it on? Ladder. Alright, so if I do G and I do Z, flip it, ladder, and now I get all ladder, 3 ladder, 4 ladder, 5. So I have, go ahead and get rid of that. 1, 2, 3. I believe I need a ladder 3. So let's go ahead, and what this is going to do is, now the ladder won't, the way I did it before, the ladder will kick you off at each floor. But if I do it this way and do a ladder 3, I believe, since I'm 3, 1, 2, 3. I think it's a ladder 3 since I'm 3 floors high. Keep in mind that counts. So that's 1, 2, 3. It takes up 2 spaces, but it's 3 levels. So that should give me a ladder going all 3, and then this one needs a hole. That'll be 1 ladder going up. So Put the ladder 3 on the bottom, then a hole there, and then that ladder 3 will span 3 floors. So now I can put G. Let's put a 2x1 living quarter, and a G, and door, and a G, and a 2x1 captain's quarter, and a G, and we're gonna do another door, and we're gonna do a G and another 2x1. This time, let's do a all-in-one. Let's see. Let's make sure you are a starboard, so I should make you a port, right? That does that. So I want a port. Port on port side. Starboard on starboard side. So that affects which side the door opens up into. If it's windows, you want to do the opposite. So let's say I want to put a window here. So I'm going to do a G, and since this is the port side, I'm going to want to do a starboard door. Let's do a starboard, whatever that works. I'm going to pretend how to pronounce it. Now let's put the porthole. This time I'm going to do a aft door. Where did it go? Where did my door go? Oh, I'm a structural. Habs. And we're going to do an aft door there, because we're on the 4. And then we're going to put a porthole there. Same thing here. Now to make sure, I'm going to do a 4-hole. I want to make sure I'm right. This side should not have... Oh wait, no. G. I wanted a aft one of those, and then to make sure I'm right, I'm going to put a 4 here. And this one's starboard, so let's put a starboard. I believe it's supposed to be opposite. If you want the actual door to show up. If you put the wrong one there, that little screen door looking thing from the bathrooms won't show up. So let's see, what errors do I have? I need to get a fuel tank, a reactor, and a grav drum. Alright. So let's do a fuel tank. A reactor. And a grav drum. Alright, what else do I have? 2 fuel engines. Alright, so let's put a couple of engines. Better snap thing. I'm not a fan of it. It makes this hard. I need to get a better snap. But anyway, I'm not liking better snaps. Making it too hard to get that stuff positioned. Alright. So, there we go. The ship should be able to exit the ship even though it's ship. Oh, helps when I make it my
Anything I can help you with? Sure, how about it?
Alright, so here's the ship I just made. Now, if I'm right, everything on the port side should be correct. So, first floor, there is nothing. Here's the ladder. And then, like I said, this ladder is going to go straight through. It's not going to bump me off at this level because I did the 3 high ladder. It's going to bring me up. Nice. And both of these doors then should open inward. Yeah, alright. Both of those doors now open inward because I used a starboard on that side, and a port there, and a starboard here. So then I might be wrong. Yeah, this, okay. So this side has it, so this is the right way of doing it. So, alright. So this side is not going to have those things. Yeah, because I put it on the wrong side. Alright. So, the 4, you want the 4. Alright, so it's opposite. So how that works and how Delaney explained it. Right now I'm standing between two halves. This section from this line over is the brig. From this line this way, it's the armory. So, if you have a starboard door on the starboard side, it'll open on the brig side. If you have a port door on the starboard side, it would open on the on the armory. So it's opposite. Starboard goes into your ship on starboard side, and if you had the same thing on the other side, so on starboard side, a starboard door opens in. On port side, a starboard door on port side, a port door opens in. So if I want these to go out into the other one, I'd want to put the opposite. I'd want to put a starboard on the port and a port on the starboard if I wanted these to open the other way into the outside module. In this case, I think this makes more sense because if your cockpit, say you're in your cockpit, really these doors should be facing the other way. Because say you're in your cockpit and you get a hull breach. You want your cockpit to stay pressurized. But that means your door should be opening the other way, I would think. But anyway, that's the reason why you have starboard and port versions of the doors. Because as you can see, if you want to put a window here with a door to close off the window, then you want to use the port door on a port side. This was a starboard, right? This is a 4, I believe. Let's go double check that.
If you are free soon, could we talk?
Hey, what can I do? Okay, no problem.
Alright, so this is the side that worked. So starboard, and this is the starboard side. See, it says starboard right there. And this side should have been port. Make that port and make this one 4. This one, come on. That one 4. There. So 4 to 4. port to port is how you do it if you want to have a door blocking off your window that you can control. Starboard to starboard, 4 to 4. So, door of its same kind will show up on that module. So, this is the starboard side hole on this module. So you want a starboard side door for that door to open into that module. Hope you understand that. 1 second. Alright. So, I got with the ladders, you want to put a hole here because the ladder still needs to go through a hole. If you don't place the hole here, there's going to be a plug in the way. The only way to remove the plugs is to place a hole or door or a ladder or something. So because I put the ladder 3 there, and then I put a hole here, and that ladder will go 3 floors. If I want a 4th floor, then I'd do ladder 4. And I would do 2 holes on top of it. So let's go ahead and come on. So let's make this a ladder 4. And then put you back. Put you back. And now I'm going to put another hole here. And then on top of that, put another 2x1, to say, workstation. And now, because I have a ladder 4, and with 2 holes, the ladder will go 4 levels. Alright.
You have my attention.
Now this ladder should go straight up 4 floors. And it's not going to kick me off at each floor now. It's going to go straight up all the way up. And if I go down, I want to go to where I had the windows. I think I had the windows on the 2nd floor, alright? So now my windows should be fixed. I should have, I have my accordion doors there. And I should have my accordion doors over here. I do. That, that. Now I have my windows. This is a nice little way of doing it, because then you can close your windows and kind of give yourself immersive privacy while still having windows. And I like doing the ladders or doors into this room, this corner of the brig, because then it's like if I have this door closed, the brig is more secure. I have prisoners in there for role play reasons. Because the prisoners now need to break through that door in order to get out and access the ladders or the doors. I always like to put my ladders and doors for a brig in this room. And I put the armory over here. So if there's ever an outbreak with your prisoners, you can run into your armory, grab your weapons, and come back over, and then go to the door and deal with your prisoners. Alright, so I hope that helps. If you want this to show up here, you need to use a 4-door, a 4 Gallo Z, whatever it's called, on a 4 hole in order to get it to show up, because the door is going to be on the opposite side. Same thing here. This is a port, one of these doors, on the port side. Go figure. This game made me understand port and starboard, aft, and fore. I never understood that stuff before now until this game. But now I understand what port and starboard are. And it's based on when the ship pulls up the port. The port side faces the port side of the ship faces the port. And that's why it's called port and starboard. This side of the ship would be facing the port. Ocean, at the ocean. That's why it's called port. So, left is port, right is starboard. Oops. Okay. There you go. Any questions? Go ahead and ask. I'll try to answer them as much as possible.
Hey, what can I do? Sure, how about it?
And as I was saying before, the mods that change the shipbuilder are broken. So if I keep adding on decks, adding on stuff, now I'm 88 long, and I now have an error exceeds max length, even though I have it set to 90 or 100. I think 100. I have it set to 100, but for some reason that mod's not working because that setting's not working. I can't even change that setting. I should be able to do set GS. I believe that's X, and do 100, but it says not found. Same thing for Y, not found. Z works, but the other two don't. They broke something. So I can't even build the other ship that I was going to try to build because they broke something yet again. Alright. I got rid of that, and I got rid of that, and then moved that back. No more errors. I'm now under 80. There you go. Any questions? Go ahead and ask them. Have fun.